how's it going? Today we're going to be out going for sort of a jog slash hike. I really want to continue working out my cardiovascular system, even though I've been having some issues with my glute or hamstring, a little bit with the ankle as well, but should be a good way to do this because even if I go slow, even if I'm generally just hiking or walking, I'll still get my heart rate up, get a little bit of cardio in, because we're going to be doing so much vertical compared to a normal jog that I would usually do. Now we are going to be using one of the really general parking lots that a lot of hikers can start at. It's an old cable car route. You can actually see the old tracks. They go all the way up to the top, and I'll show you the actual like mechanical house at the top. So you can see where they used to have a pulley and some gears and a motor, and it must have been pulling materials up to the top of the mountain. So pretty interesting, pretty cool here in Beacon. This is just one of many ways up into the trails. So we've got the New York City Marathon coming. Like I said, I just want to get a little bit of work on the cardio after the Chicago Marathon, even though my ankle's been bothering me, my glute's been bothering me. So we'll make this work. Obviously I'll stop if there's any pain or just walk, enjoy the scenery. But I do want to try out this little fanny pack thing here from Janji. And basically it's one of those packs that a lot of people are wearing these days. On the front, you can do that, but the cool thing about this one and why I got it is it's got this extra little buckle that pops out of the back, and you can turn it into a little bit more secure harness on your back. So if I'm ever out here running or jogging on the trails and I don't need to bring water or gels, because today's gonna be very short, about 2 miles total, I can put my phone, my wallet, and other things on my back without really worrying about it, and it's just a nice compact way to carry things. So we'll give it a try. I loaded it up with everything, my phone, wallet, and car keys to see if it's bouncy or if there's any trouble with it, and I'll let you know how it goes in case you're looking for something similar. Other than that, I had a really fun weekend this weekend, pretty busy. Did some birthday celebrations with my dad, my brother's girlfriend. Also met up with some friends in New Jersey, right outside of New York City, Jersey City area. Got some great brunch, breakfast, that kind of thing. And yeah, just spent a whole weekend getting a lot of things done, seeing a lot of people, and still managing to have practically all day Sunday to relax, watch some football, watch Formula One. So it was a relaxing and somehow also busy weekend. Just feeling excited to get this week started on a Monday. So let's get this Monday morning hike slash run out of the way, share with you everything I can, and let's jump right into it. Quick break. Forget how steep this really is. It gets your heart pumping. This is like straight out. The trail goes down that way. So very steep. All right, so here's the top cable house or motor for that car I was showing you down at the bottom of the tracks. You can see tracks there. And that's what ultimately pulled the car up the hill to what was, you know, some kind of utility structure up here. So that's where it goes. Now it's just part of a hiking trail. Obviously on a nice clear day, this whole area is filled with hikers, but you know, today, because there's fog, this is looking out over Beacon. It's usually a really nice view. You can see the Hudson River, you can see Beacon Main Street. We're really not far, but a day like today is just foggy and no one really came up here because there's no view. up and down. It's getting a little bit more rainy, so we'll head back inside. But one thing to always remember in these conditions, especially since a lot of people are coming up to Beacon in particular from New York City, that's how I got started, that's how I found Beacon, that's how I moved to Beacon. But know your skill as well as the limitations of your footwear on a day like today, right? It's wet, it's slippery. Even if you're wearing something like the Nike Pegasus, the regular version that has a little bit of traction sort of built in, right? Or something like the Asics Nova Blast TR, which is technically a trail shoe. They're very minimal on the tread, so you just need to be careful. You have to know the limits of that shoe, make sure you're not slipping around on rocks and leaves. The fall is also particularly difficult. It's popular because the leaves are changing, but they're also falling and covering parts of the trail, so you can't really see the rocks underneath, and you may step on something and sprain your ankle, twist your ankle, fall down, that kind of thing. So always be safe. But let's go back inside. I'll show you the stats on the run really quick, and we'll call it a day. All right, so now that we're back, we'll go over this quickly and close everything out. We ended up doing 2.22 miles. You'll see it in kilometers on your screen as well. Just intended to be a really nice short run. Again, just nursing, the hamstring, the ankle. Even though it's very vertical, it's very hard to put into words what I feel from these two, injuries or whatever's really going on. And really, as long as I'm not going too fast, it doesn't bother me. So even the vertical coming downhill, nothing really was hurting or there was causing no pain. So the ankle really is okay. Again, it really just comes down to that glute and hamstring insertion point for the tendon. So luckily, going up and down the mountain wasn't an issue because it's a slower run compared to what I would do on flat ground. So those 2.22 miles took about 37 minutes, 38 minutes, which gave me a pace of about 17:02 per mile. And I did get that 1,000 feet climb in. So it's about 1,030 feet. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you're probably not too familiar with GAP or GAP pace. It's the grade adjusted pace. This just allows you to have a sense of how fast you would be going if you were on flat ground, given the amount of elevation gain or loss that you may have been experiencing during that mile. So it's saying that if it was flat, my effort was about 10 something per mile, 10:16 per mile. And you can see each individual mile breakdown, whether I'm climbing the 1,000 feet or descending the 1,000 feet, what it's telling me my equivalent effort was if it was a flat route and I was just running on the road. So that's what the grade adjusted pace is for. It's just an estimate or a roundabout number that the algorithm in either Garmin or Strava is coming up with. I honestly don't even know where it comes from. So either way, I'm very happy with it. It really, again, was just intended to get my heart pumping, get myself out there for 30 to 40 minutes and, not put too much stress on my ankle, on my leg, on whatever else might have been bothering me. Still, relatively recovering from Chicago Marathon weekend as a whole because it's just a lot of time on my feet. So glad to be back, glad to be doing a little bit of activities, and I'm definitely feeling positive about how the ankle's feeling, especially again with the pounding of coming downhill. It really doesn't seem to be an issue with the ankle, but I do have that x-ray tomorrow and I'll keep you posted on the results. And I'll have to do some PT again on this hamstring tendon to see what really is the issue or what I can do to make it better to hopefully get out there and run for New York City. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed a little change of scenery, change of pace, and hopefully you'll come back for another one. So subscribe down below if you haven't already. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, and we hit that 1K mark or 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. I'm happy about that. So thank you to all of you. Hope you continue to enjoy the content, and I hope to see you in the next video.